Alright, what's up everybody, it's your boy Candy, man. Listen, your boy is excited to come back, man. I could barely even sleep. I was so excited to start making videos, man. Shout out to everybody, you know, for holding it down for your boy. Listen, we got who were the Space Marine elite from each legion. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm fired up. I'm excited. I could barely even sleep last night. I was so excited, man. All glory to God, bro, to the man above. Other than that, man, let's go.
G'day guys and gal. Not all humans are physically or intellectually equal. Some humans can deadlift over 1,000 pounds.
Bro. Yo, he's like 3 Brock Lesnar's, bro. Swole, bro. Look. Yo, pretend this thing's like 5,000 pounds, bro. He like these, bro. Yo, I've seen this dude before. I forgot his. I think his name is like Eddie something, bro. He may be a meathead, but he is strong.
Whilst other humans need to have a sit down and rest after getting up too quickly.
Let's not do this, right? Shout out to Nicocado Avocado, bro. He lost so much weight, y'all. Man, he had us in a frenzy. Bro, everybody named Mama was roasting him. Oh, he big. He big. You know, he got some people defending him. Oh, he was big bone. He was born this way. Da-da-da-da. Man, he said, yo, man, I'm really about to flip this thing around like a pancake. Bro was losing weight while everybody was talking about him. I believed in him. I really wanted him to lose weight and, you know, really get his life together, you know, like health, you know, fitness, health-wise. Bro, he even had me in the loop, bro. Like, bro, he looks really good now, bro. Shout out to Nicocado Avocado, bro.
There's a lot of diversity from our absolute units to our absolute plebs. Whilst pleb isn't the word I'd use to describe any Space Marine, at least when talking about their physical attributes, the same concept applies. Some Space Marines are just in leagues above. Bigger, stronger, meaner, and all round just much better at killing. Many of these elite, talented Astartes are elevated above their brothers to join their legion's elite fighting force. This force might be the spear tip of an invasion, just like the Justaerin for the Sons of Horus, or maybe they're just elite bodyguards, like the Death Shroud for the Death Guard. Regardless of their role, one thing is consistent across all the legions for their elite warriors. They will wreck your tits and dab on your grave. But before we self-harm from mentioning dab,
They gonna wreck my what? I don't got those. Whoa, what are we dabbling in?
I'm happy to announce that we have
Shout out to Prime, yo.
We'll go by legion number because it's easy and it also puts the Dark Angels first, exactly where they belong. The elite of
We're not doing that. No. We ain't doing that. Those days are over. Yo. What are we doing? We put yo. I understand y'all want the Dark Angels to be first and they're just the best. And the Lion as well. No, he's not. See, I'm gonna be honest with you. During this 4-day break, I really disconnected from practically everything. When I came back today, I was like, man, I'm so excited to get back to making videos. And then I was like, wait a minute. There's one thing that I don't like about this thing, bro. And it's these damn Dark Knights, bro. If you're a Dark Knight fan, I said Dark Knight. Yo, shout out to the Bat Boy. Hey, shout out to the Bat Boy. Shout out to the Batman. If you're a Dark Angels fan, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. You are a school threat, bro. You are a menace to society.
The Dark Angels are the Death Wing, making up the first company of the Legion or chapter depending what millennium we're talking about. They are a Terminator-only company, designed as the Dark Angels' trump card whenever something serious needs to get purged. During the Crusade, they were equipped with Cataphracti Terminator armor, which was a bit more gladiatorial than the more iconic Terminator armor of the current setting. And they weren't just an honor guard. They could be when required, but their use was very practical. In the current setting, their role has changed a bit. Whilst they are still the first company of elite bitch slappers that are called in when things get hairy, they are also privy to the Dark Angels' true history, learning things such as the existence of the Fallen, Luther's betrayal of the Lion, and why the Dark Angels seem to abandon their allies to chase some hooded dude with a big ass sword on his back. They are currently led by Belial, who is an absolute demon in combat. Like, this is the kind of Astartes you'd throw at Abaddon if you wanted to teach that uppity hypocrite a lesson on humility.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't even seen bro's face. I mean, it's probably ugly because, you know, it is Warhammer. But, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Just looking at, like, just his armor and stuff like that, bro, and his weapon, yo, he do look a little compy. Maybe I want to hold off from roasting this dude.
The Second Legion's elites are non-existent because none of them were elite. They are, however, delete. The Emperor's children.
Facts, bro. Hey, Like I said before, I made it my promise. I made it my duty as a man of honor, bro. For the Emperor, as a dude, bro. Listen, I made it my mission to find out what happened to Primarch 2 and Primarch, was it 11? I will make it my mission to find out what happened. I don't care if I gotta really dig deep and really use my noodle. I will make it my mission to really find out. Okay, so. You know, don't worry. I will have an answer by the end of this year.
Elites are lacking originality in their naming conventions. They are the Phoenix Guard, which not only already existed in Warhammer Fantasy, but is also just pretty standard. In saying that though, what they lack in originality, they make up for in style. God damn, so aesthetic.
Facts, bro. Hey, let's really break it down for what it is, y'all. Hey, even though he built like Brian Urlacher from Chicago Bears, bro, this is really hard right here, bro. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not really a big fan of like dark, like I like dark colors, but I don't like, you know, like dark red. I don't like burgundy. I don't like maroon. I don't like dark red colors. I'm gonna keep it real though. He's really rocking this, y'all. He's really rocking this with the gold. Y'all see that? See, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. A lot of y'all don't really have that fashion sense. So let me really drop some knowledge on y'all. Listen, bro, this right here, bro. See, like I said before, when I'm like 40 years old and I really have like my own fashion line and everybody, you know, walking around in my clothes, like what's gonna happen is, bro, like I'm I'm gonna have like different, like, I want my stuff to pop. I want my colors to pop. If this was like a brighter red right here, man, he'll be killing everybody. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Even though he has a, like, I call this like an ashy red. Even though he has like an ashy red type of uniform with the gold, it's still fire. We still gotta give him credit, y'all. Okay, we like this.
The Phoenix Guard had more of a cultural honor role as compared to the Deathwing. They would protect Fulgrim at all times and travel with him everywhere. Despite how flashy and shiny they were still beast warriors. 200 of the Legion's best. They would have to be good enough to keep up with Fulgrim in battle. Considering Fulgrim was a bit of a show-off, this was pretty difficult. However, the entirety of the Phoenix Guard were killed during Fulgrim's battle with Eldrad, after Fulgrim had a hissy fit because his Chaos Sword had a vice grip on his balls. A new Phoenix Guard was quickly formed, kinda showing off how replaceable they were, which continued to serve Fulgrim. However, it's unknown if they exist in any capacity in the current setting. It seems that the Phoenix Guard sought to emulate the Custodes, from the winged iconography even down to the power spears they wielded. Continuing a trend of average naming conventions, we now have the Iron Warriors.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, I actually kinda saw that. I actually kind of see a vision on that one, okay.
Iron Circle Elite. The funny thing about these elites is they aren't even Astartes, they are hectic battle robots. See, Perturabo nearly got assassinated by the Imperial Fist during the Horus Heresy. This, combined with his already paranoid mood, led him to have a mini breakdown and declare his sons as unworthy and unable to protect him. Hence, he modified Colossus-class robots with his own genius, Dark Age of Technology stuff, and a few forbidden secrets taken from the
I don't want to be a bully, because I'm not a bully at all. I'm not, you know, like I said before, I said it again 1,000 times more. I'm not Brad Pitt, I'm not Michael B. Jordan. I'm not any of these just handsome Hollywood superstars. But like, brother, this man's build is absolutely disgusting. Bro, he's built like 3 fridges. This shouldn't even be allowed. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, bro, from the from the toes to the head, his build was not, I'm not rocking with it, bro. I just feel like his build, like, I don't know, he's built like a refrigerator that's like struggling to close. Like, you got too much stuff in there. You need to rearrange something. Like, you gotta like go in there and just rearrange a bunch of cords or something. Like, I don't know. I just feel like there's like, I don't know, bro. It's like he has like a tight corset on. Like,
Mechanicum to create these unresting and tireless bodyguard elite. Eventually, more of the Iron Circle were created and used in the wider Legion as elite warriors. But yeah, they're not even Astartes. The White Scars finally had a cool name for their Astartes. The Kashig. The Kashig were kinda in between the Deathwing and the Phoenix Guard for how they were used. They were the honor guard for their Primarch as well as the Khans of each division, but that didn't mean they were forced to always be by their side. They were often used as a shock and awe frontline to break down the enemy forces. Like many elites, they mostly wore Terminator armor to help with the whole Leroy Jenkins vibe they had going. The Kashig were created before the White Scars even discovered the Khan. They had been the Khan's closest warriors, and to help his legion integrate with his own unique culture, he assigned these Kashig warriors to the Terran-born Astartes to introduce them to the ways of Chagoras. Final fun fact: the honor guard of the Mongol Empire were called the Kashig with a H, so that's where that comes from. Now we have the Space Wolves and their, god damn it, their Wolf Guard. The Wolf Guard's role isn't particularly unique. They protect their, god damn it, Wolf Lords by charging into battle with them.
Now, I don't know if y'all know this, but like, bro, one thing I'm gonna say about the Space Wolves, bro, they rock their brand, bro. They rock their brand. Yo, they are wolf everything, bro. For real, bro, listen. Don't be surprised if you look down, bro, and they got the wolf Nikes on, bro. Like, yo, they're rocking their brand, bro. Everything is literally like wolf. You get what I'm saying? Or wolves. Obviously, I would never. The only thing that I would wear, like, you know, that's wolf type is like a little like wolf coat. Like, I think I would definitely, like, bro, I'll have the girls in disarray. Like, bro, I'll have all the girls, just looking at me, you know, with the wolves jacket, you know?
Often in the vanguard. What is unique?
Or like a wolf's cape. Like, you ever just like, bro, I'm pretty sure, like, obviously, y'all seen Batman before. Yo, you ever see Batman or, like, you know, Superman or something like that? Whenever they, you know, they're about to, like, fly away or whatever, and then they hurry up and turn around quickly, and the cape, like smacks the other person in the face. Like, it just, like, covers. Like, bro, oh, man, bro. If I had, like a Space Wolves cape, come on, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm going crazy on everybody, bro. For real, bro. Every time somebody just pisses me off, I will overshadow them with my wolf cape. Come on, bro.
However, is the fact that the only criteria required to join the Wolf Guard is to do something fucking hectic in battle, meaning a newly initiated Space Wolf could do like a no-scope 360 straight to a Hive Tyrant's dome and bam, they are now a Wolf Guard, a role that every Space Wolf dreams of. Hence, Wolfguard squads are made up of Space Wolves of all ages and prior ranks. The Wolf Lord they protect then gives them cool gear, like relic weapons or Terminator armor as he sees fit, resulting in Wolfguards being a group of mismatched war heroes that absolutely wreck tits. Individual Wolfguard can be detached from bodyguard duties to lead a Space Wolf squad, or even an entire force, so there is a bit of practical flexibility there. The Imperial Fist elites were the Huskarls, who were the Praetorians of Rogal Dorn and never left his side. Over the course of the heresy, one by one the Huskarls died in defense of their Primarch. By the end of the heresy, it seems like they had all died out, as they would never induct new Fists into their unit for cultural reasons. In the current setting, their title has been revived on the Order of Guilliman. However, instead of being elite bodyguards, the new Huskarl are the greatest siege defense experts in the Fists, tasked with fortifying key worlds. I'm a huge fan of this next one, the Night Lords Elite, the Atramentar. These Night Lords were
these damn school threats. Yo, isn't this the thing where Conrad Kurz, isn't he in the Night Lords? Oh man, I can't stand him. I don't like him. I'm sorry, y'all. I know, bro. I'm a hater, bro. I'm a hater. I know, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, bro. I know y'all like, oh, well, King Gini, you don't even know. You're a hater. I know, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'd never be supportive of that bum. Ever, bro. Of that bummified bum. Of that bummified loser. I'll never be a supporter of him, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Listen, I would never, bro. Never. He's a hater, bro. He tortured my goat. Come on, bro. Like, yo, what you think? Yo, this ain't 50 Shades of Warhammer. Yo, he tortured my goat in like 1,000 different times. Bro, he killed my goat 100 times. Bro, come on, man. Yo, y'all thought I was about to support him? Never!
Handpicked from the Legion by Conrad himself, being given Terminator armor before then being put under the command of the legendary Sevatar. They didn't do a whole lot during the heresy, just kind of being there. It also didn't help that all except a dozen of them were killed by the Dark Angels when the Lion cracked their shits and decided the Night Lords needed to fist up their ass. The few surviving Atramentar were heavily shaken when Sevatar was killed. He was such a fucking legend that they didn't know what to do. Even when a new commander was assigned, they only followed his lead because of their Primarch. When Conrad was killed, most of the Atramentar split up and acted as bodyguards for various different Night Lord warband leaders. Here's why I like them. They had so much individuality and personalities. They chose who was worthy of their service and protection. As soon as they were no longer worthy, they would abandon them and find a new Night Lord to serve. Having Atramentar protecting you was like a badge of office, a sign that you were worthy of respect. Some Atramentar were massive pricks, others noble warriors, some were chaotic sluts. The only thing keeping all these huge conflicting personalities together was Servitor, a testament to the kind of Astartes that autistic legend was. The Blood Angels elite is the famous Sanguinary Guard. The Sangi Guard, as I'll call them, are probably the most dedicated out of all the honor guards.
Now, I don't know if I said it already, and maybe I didn't, bro. I gotta buy a new mic stand, y'all. I should have bought me a mic stand when I was on this 4-day break. But, bro, the Blood Angels, bro, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Their armor is slowly growing on me, bro. Like, the look of their armor, y'all, listen, maybe I was hating on it before, but if I was, y'all, I take it all back. Their armor is definitely growing on me, bro. Like, it looks definitely fire.
When Sanguinius was still around, they sought to emulate his majesty and power, foregoing their identities, putting on winged jetpacks, taking up mastercraft power swords, and even getting Sanguinius' face as their helmets. After all, how do you protect a flying demigod? You also have to become a flying demigod. Because of how difficult it was to be a Sangi guard and survive more than 5 minutes when trying to keep up with Sanguinius, the order was always small and has faced annihilation on multiple occasions, usually only one Sangi guard remaining to rebuild the order. The Sangi Guard are considered to be essential for the Blood Angels culture, reminding them about the nobility of their lineage and to prevent them from reverting back to their pre-Sanguinius feral ways. Also, how could you not get a morale boost, seeing a golden warrior flying in the sky? The Iron Hands elite, the Morlocks, suffered the same fate as the rest of their legion, irrelevancy. They were the Terminator elite honor guard of Ferrus Manus, and they died with their Primarch. To add salt to the wound, when Fulgrim tried and failed to sway Ferrus to join Chaos, Fulgrim's Phoenix Guard surprise attacked and decapitated the 10 best Morlocks in one quick hit.
Damn. One hitter quitter, bro. Sloinks. Dang. That man Fulgrim's like, yo, you either join the gang or it's over. I got my mans in the corner ready to slice anybody and everybody like butter. Yo, join the gang or it's over.
So off the bat, their 10 best were gone and all the survivors were surrounded and killed during the drop site massacre. As far as I know...
Hey, not gonna lie to you, bro. Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm gonna keep it real for what it is. I'm joining the gang. hey, yo, my chair keep going. I gotta get me a new chair too. Listen, bro, I promise you, I'm joining the gang. Yo, Fulgrim was like, yo, hey. Obviously, he didn't tell him this, like, oh, bro, I got my mans on, in the corner ready to, just to slice and dice. But he was like, yo, bro, you wanna join up or not? Like, cause if you don't want to join up, then it's whatever. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Yo, if I'm about to say no, and then I see at the corner of my eye, bro, a dude just, yo, bro, he's holding. I see a dude, bro, ready to pounce. Ready to strike, bro. Hey, y'all ever play Smash Bros and like you hold it, you move so much that the players start vibrating? Hey, that's what he looks like. I'm gonna be like, you know what, bro? Of course, bro. Of course I'll join you. Not gonna lie to you. Hey, I'm gonna be a freaky deaky dude for like at least a week and I'm gonna try to escape, no lie.
Morlocks were never rebuilt, as they had nothing to guard. The World Eater Elite's name make me chuckle, as they are called the Devourers. Like, it's badass, but it just makes me smile. What doesn't make me smile, however, is their very tragic story. The Devourers were the honor guard of their Primarch, and despite Angron detesting the idea of bodyguards, he understood their cultural importance and accepted them. To become a Devourer was a massive honor, so whenever one of the 12 fell in battle, a legion-wide gladiatorial contest was held to see who would take their place. However, as Angron lost more and more of his sanity and became an even bigger fucking asshole, he forgot why he initially allowed the Devourers to exist, and he began to resent them. They could also never keep up with him in battle, as he would charge forward like a fucking maniac, yet they couldn't keep up with him due to their Terminator armor slowing them down. So they were always left in his dust and he always ignored them. By the time the heresy came about, nobody wanted to be a Devourer. Whenever a Devourer fell in battle, the greatest World Eater warriors would ignore the gladiatorial matches to take their place. Khorne thought they were a sad joke. When an elite World Eater beat a Devourer in a gladiatorial match, he would refuse to kill him as it would mean he would have to take their place. When the heresy ended,
wow, bro, imagine like taking a place of like a, not really a job, but like a position. Like imagine a position being so like taxing that like, you know what, that like you beat somebody up or like you beat the guy that's like in that position and you're like, bro, I can't even kill you because if I do kill you, I gotta take your place. Like I gotta take your position. And I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing that. As a matter of fact, bro, I'd rather either just beat you up and flee, or I'd rather, you just go crazy on me. Pause, okay? Before you even try to spin that, you know, like get some sort of DJ little track, yo, pause. I'm dead at that right now, okay?
Remaining Devourers disbanded, forming their own warbands or joining others, feeling nothing but shame and embarrassment for the entire time. Despite the usual vanillaness of the Ultramarines, their elite warriors, the Invictarius Suzerain, were dope as hell and probably one of the most—
Ooh, who the hell is this? I'm sorry, y'all. I was looking at my other screen for like what the British say, 0.5 seconds. Who the hell is this dude right here? Bro, wait a minute.
Feeling nothing but shame and embarrassment for the entire time. Despite the usual vanillaness of the—
I want it. I want it. I want it. Hey, if anybody has a real life version of this right here, bro, I want it, bro. I wanna lit from your head to your toe, Paul. Okay, hey, chill. I was singing a song. Yo, I want this genuinely though, genuinely. If somebody has this at the house, like if this is like a real life version of something, bro, send it to yo. I'll give you. I don't even have a PO box yet, but yo, send it to my address immediately, yo. Get in contact with me right now, bro, and we can definitely make something. We can definitely make something shake. For real, bro.
Ultramarines, their elite warriors, the Invictarius Suzerain, were dope as hell and probably one of the most interesting of all the Legion's elites. Firstly, their armor was fucking baller. Like, holy shit, look at that. And secondary, they didn't have to wear Terminator armor like every other Legion seemed to insist their elites do. The Invictarius weren't chosen just for their battle skills, but also for their leadership, governance, and ability to speedrun their 12 times table. They weren't even necessarily Guilliman's honor guard, instead acting as shining beacons of Ultramarine example. Sadly, in the modern setting, the Invictarius have devolved into basic honor guard, maintaining a few cool design elements, however their role is diminished. The Death Guard's Death Shroud are dope as hell and one of the only Traitor Legion elite units to have survived into the current setting. In short, they are Mortarian's honor guard. Astartes and Terminator armor wielding power scythes, which is baller as. However, they are also Morty's confidence and keeper of his secrets. To recruit a Death Shroud, Morty will approach a Death Guard and invite him to join. When the Astartes accepts, his death will be faked on the battlefield as his identity is scrubbed from history. He can then never share his identity with anyone, not even other Death Shroud members, and he can never show his face. There must always be two Death Shroud near Mortarian at all times, whilst the others are allowed to act as battlefield juggernaut.
I could never, bro. I could never, bro. For real, y'all. I'm gonna have like at least 8 to 10 bottles of Febreze or like Axe next to me, bro. For real. I cannot be next to him all day, bro. He stank, y'all. If you don't know about Mortarian, bro, man, bro, he smell like the buns of all buns, bro. Bro, just straight booty juice, bro. Booty water, bro. For real. For real, y'all. I couldn't take that job. I don't care if they paid $1 million a year. Bro, I couldn't, bro. For real, bro. I really, bro, for real, y'all. I get sick. I'll legit get sick, bro.
Taking down enemy champions or breaking through enemy strongpoints. In the current setting, they act as representatives of Mortarian.
Like, look at his build. Like, I don't know if this is Mortarian, but like, bro, look, this is like a part of like the Death Guard, y'all. The Death Guard, man, they smell like straight bounce that booty, bro. Bro, just man, they smell like a dry strip club, bro. Like, this is crazy work. Just look at like for real, bro. I'm not even like trying to be funny. Like, shout out to these guys. Like, I hope that, you know, listen, if they catch me lacking or whatever, I just hope that they just handle me with mercy. Like, I just hope that these guys, bro, will be a little. Listen, I don't want to be Adele, but I just hope they go easy on me for real. Like, cause this is crazy.
Assigned to protect, observe, or punish his subordinates. For example, if a Death Guard Lord engages in battle, Morty may send a Death Shroud. If the Lord is successful, then the Shroud departs and reports it. If he fails, the Shroud will execute him on the spot. Either way, the Shroud
No room for failure. There's no room for failure. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Now, even though I just said that I would never be in like, I wouldn't even be next to these dudes, but I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If I was in that, you know, in that trash, you know, predicament or situation, bro, y'all know I'm thriving with passing colors, bro. Bro, I'm thriving, bro. Yo. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm gonna be like prime LeBron James, bro. I'm gonna be like prime Jordan with the tongue out like these. Bro, for real, bro. Like, I'm not failing in this situation. Like, I'm gonna be him. Like, even though it would suck, like, to be next to these dudes, bro, because they stank. Like, I would definitely, like, bro, I'm gonna survive, bro. Like, I'm a survivor, and I'm a fighter, and I'm a lover as well.
Fight for the Lord, so if they fail, they probably deserve it. The Thousand Sons had their mega elite Scarab occult, with the most elite of those being the Sekhmet. The Sekhmet were extremely powerful warriors, as they were also wildly potent sorcerers. Combine the two and slap it in a set of Terminator armor, and now you have arguably the most elite force of Astartes in the galaxy. Other Primarchs even shared opinions on them because they were so powerful. The Khan and Ferris referred to them as robots due to how single-minded and destructive they were. However, for Ferris, this was a compliment. Lehman hated them as they would just use their OP abilities to dispassionately easily win battles, rather than getting stuck in like his honorable Wolfguard. When Ahriman fucked up his rubric and turned most of his legion to dust, the Sekhmet, the Sorcerer Warriors, survived and became even more powerful.
I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, y'all. Is this a ladybug? Because this don't look like a ladybug. This looks like a manly bug. This looks like a bulky bug. There's no shot this is a ladybug. This is a dysfunctional bug. This is an Arkham City bug. What insect is this?
When Roman fucked up his rubric and turned most of his legion to dust, the Sekhmet, the Sorcerer Warriors, survived and became even more powerful. However, most of the Scarab occult were turned into Rubric Marines, little better than the robots they had once been called. The Lunar Wolves, and then when they became the Sons of Horus, had the elite Justaerin, Abaddon's first company of black Terminator-clad Astartes. They were not honor guards at all, purely taking the role of shock assault units, designed to break empires with a single attack. Abaddon loved his Justaerin. Their armor is what partially inspired the Black Legion rebrand. However, during a bit of a fuck up by Abaddon during the Siege of Terra, pretty much the entirety of the Justaerin were killed. Was the Black Legion brand a tribute to them? I can't say for certain, but I could definitely see that, considering how much respect Abaddon put onto true warriors. The Wordbearers had a very unique elite force, the Gal Vorbak. Wordbearers who had successfully formed a symbiotic relationship with the demons that were possessing them, allowing them to maintain their free will whilst also calling forth the power of the entity within them. In battle, they would mutate into full demon forms before returning to their human Astarte form afterwards. Lorgar did get a bit cocky with them though, thinking they could take on Corvus Corax, a mistake which resulted in almost every original Gal Vorbak getting massacred.
Wait, Corvus is like that? Now, hold up. Corvus, the turn around and die. Him, right? The dude with the black hair? The emo dude? Bro, I didn't know he was like that. I didn't know he was like that. Wowzers.
Whilst Lorgar himself got his shit kicked in. Since then, new Gal Vorbak have been created. However, these are all parodies of the originals. Their leader Argultar was also murdered by Erebus out of jealousy and duty to chaos, so that just puts another nail in their coffin. If you had never heard of the Salamander's Pyre Guard Elite, then don't worry, neither had I. But they're very fucking cool and they have a few unique aspects. They were hand-chosen by Vulcan as the more warlike and vicious Salamanders.
That these warriors, that these amazing, strong, just men, bro, was picked by Vulcan, was picked by the GOAT himself. It really shows you that they're prepared for this moment. Shout out to y'all, bro. Shout out to him, bro. As a matter of fact, in my opinion, bro, I think he got the best armor out of everybody, No bias. No bias, y'all. I promise you. Look into my eyes right now. Come on, bro. I'm telling the truth. They got the best armor out of everybody. It's crazy.
Comparable to volcanoes on the brink of eruption, they were considered to be above all others in rank and stature, overriding the authority of even captains. The most unique thing about them, however, was the fact that they were all Terran-born. Those taken from Nocturne, Vulcan's home planet, were ineligible. They weren't just honor guards, nor were they just powerful assault units. They were designed as individual leaders of companies and chapters, embodiments of the warlike nature of the Salamanders. Needless to say, they weren't very cuddly for a salamander, which makes them very cuddly for a world eater, but you get what I mean. The Raven Guard had their Shadow Warriors, who acted only as honor guards for Corvus Corax. In order to protect Corvus without always giving away his position, the Shadow Wardens were the stealthiest Astartes in the Raven Guard. After all, if they weren't, then they would basically just be the biggest liability ever.
Bro, I don't know who their damn nail tech is, bro, but man, they are killing it, bro. Like, bro, like, yo, bro, I know they got some type of like, I know they got like a floor waxer for these damn nails, bro. Like, this is crazy. Like, bro, imagine finding somebody with these nails. Oh, Lord have mercy, bro. The reason is you. Like, bro, imagine fighting this dude, bro. And bro, like, imagine like, you know, y'all in like a little bear hug, and like he's scratching your back like these, just with these nails, bro. Like,
acting as a beacon to where Corvus was. Most of them were killed during the
bro, he got nails like a toxic BM.
Dropsite Massacre, with the survivors eventually forming the Blackguard, a second founding chapter. As with most honor guards on this list, as soon as the Primarch dies or vanishes, they will generally disband pretty quick. And finally, the Alpha Legion's Lenaean. That's probably not how you say it, but we'll just roll with it. The Lenaean weren't particularly special, acting like the Alpha Legion version of the Justice.
He's fly, he know it. Yo, this is fly right here. Y'all see this right here? Wait a minute. Hold up. Yo, you see like the little black thing? He's fly, he knows it.
However, this did make them unique within the Alpha Legion, as they ignored all the usual subterfuge and sabotage tactics and instead were used when all that was required was overwhelming death, when the nut just needed to be cracked open. Alpharius would often describe himself as one of the Laernerian whenever he wanted to get some frontline action in. If you enjoy the video and you want to support
Shout out to our boy, man, Majorkill, man, for this one. Thank y'all so much for all the support. I really appreciate it. I will be uploading 2 videos every single day, man. Your boy is back. I'm well rested. It's so good to be back, y'all. Truly. You know, during that time away, I was like, man, I really miss it. Like, bro, I started missing doing videos the first day I was gone. Like, that's how, bro, like, that's how much I love this game, y'all. That's how much I love making videos for y'all. That's how much I love entertaining y'all, bro. Like, the numbers and, you know, the money and stuff like that, man. That's cool and all, you know. I'm not trying to like throw that off as nothing. But yeah, like the money, the numbers, the attention, all the other good stuff, like statistically, number-wise, is great. But nothing beats having people who really support you and having people, you know, support you when you're gone, bro. Or like, you know, like whenever like you need a break, you know. Shout out to everybody, man, who commented on my video saying that I needed a break. Shout out to all y'all, man. I really appreciate it, man. Thank y'all so much. And just know, man, your boy's back. We got more energy, bro. We got more natural energy. We got more videos coming through. Video games will now be a part of the content now. And it's really because, bro, like gaming wasn't really on nothing at the beginning of the year, y'all. A lot of games wasn't really out at the beginning of the year. Now we're starting to get some games. I will be covering Death Stranding 2. I will be covering like, you know, Fortnite live events. You know, I used to do it. I used to mix Warhammer with gaming. I think around like November, December of last year. Basically like a few months ago. Well, not a few months ago, 6, 7 months ago, whatever. But it just, you know, games hasn't really been popping, you know, for the past you know, months or whatever. I mean, and that's only natural. It's a new year, so a lot of games will start kicking in around summertime and up. So just know we will be checking out the newest gaming trailers. We will be checking out the newest gameplays, as well as we will be checking out what's new with Warhammer and like the, you know, Warhammer you know, lore and stuff like that. You know, because obviously, bro, a lot of y'all came from that, and a lot of y'all still like whenever I check up on Warhammer and stuff like that. And also a lot of y'all like to watch me, you know, check up on gaming trailers and gameplays and different stuff like that. So I will be combining the two like I did before. And just know, man, your boy, hey, we're back, bro. We're back, bro. It's not just me anymore. All glory to God, you know, for giving me rest. And also for really showing me how valuable this channel is, bro. For really showing me that, you know, people still rock with me. And obviously, bro, you know, it's never, you know, getting, like I said, the numbers and the money and stuff like that is great, but bro, the day in and day out, like the video grind is something that I really missed, and it really opened up my eyes to know that, again, like I said before, the money's great, the numbers are great, but when you really have an audience that really mess with you, bro, you can have fun with this YouTube thing, bro. Even when I didn't have an audience, I still had fun because it was the journey of just making a video, of trying to entertain people that didn't know me yet. You know, that's what I really fell in love with. I really fell in love with video games. I fell in love with Warhammer, and that's how a lot of you guys are here. So at the end of the day, I'm just keep moving on. We're gonna keep moving on, you know, with these videos, with these gaming videos, and with these Warhammer videos. At the same time, y'all, just know that your boy's back, man. I never lost love for the game. I still got love for the game. I'm still young in this YouTube content creation game, and I plan to go for a long time in this content creation YouTube game. So shout out to everybody, man. Just know, man, we are back and we're better than ever. And 2 videos will be uploaded every single day on this channel. And other than that, man, shout out to all y'all again, man. Round of applause for y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming through for the boy. And I'm gonna stop yapping because this video is already long enough. Bye, everyone. Oh, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, bro. 70% of you guys. Yeah. Let me drop a little knowledge on y'all. 70% of you guys watch these videos and y'all be like, oh my God, bro, I love you, bro. I love you. I'm like, oh, you love me, huh? Do you love me? Do you love me not? Damn it, hit the spot. Takes like can't. Let me stop. But listen, a lot of y'all like, yo, bro, we really like you. I'm like, yo, you like me, huh? But you didn't hit that big red button.